Here's another way to divide, called partial quotient division. With this approach for division, when we're looking at 251 divided by 3, what we do is we use those math facts that we're really comfortable with. We can really see right away. So for instance, for 251 divided by 3, we know, hey, we can take away at least 50 from this here, and 50 times 3 is 150. What we do is we take that away from what it is that we're dividing. So we go 251 minus 150. And what we get there is 1, 0, and 1. At that point, we take a look again, and we have 101 divided by 3. We're all, hey, wait, let's see. We can go ahead and work 30 there. So 30 times 3 is 90. And 101 minus 90 is 1, and we've got 11. And our other step here is 11 divided by 3. And then at that point, we're all, oh, okay, that's 3. And then so 3 times 3 is 9, and 11 minus 9 is 2. At this point, we've got 50, 30, and 3 as our partial quotients. What we're going to end up doing is we'll go ahead and add them together. You'll notice that I lined up my 3 there. We get 3 there, and 5 plus 3 is 8. So we have 83, and this 2 over here on this side is our remainder. So again, at each of these steps, we look to see as to what it is that we know. Oh, okay, well this can be divided by 50, because 50 times 3 was that 150. And then we looked at 101, and we're all, oh, why don't we go ahead and use 30? Because 30 times 3 is 90. We subtract it again to get 11. And then we want 11 divided by 3, and we go, hey, there's 3 times 3, which is 9. So we did that there, and 11 minus 9 is 2. All right, we have 296 divided by 8. We know we have 100 numbers, so we're at least going to go ahead and use, and we know that we can't use 100 because 100 times 8 is 800. And then so we're all, well, let's see. Well, at least I know my 2's facts. So I'll go ahead and use 20 here. And 20 times 8 is 160. And then we'll start by subtracting and taking away 160 from 296. 6 minus 0 is 6, 9 minus 6 is 3, and 2 minus 1 is 1. Now we have 136, and 136 divided by 8. Hey, wait. Oh, we can't use 20 because 20 is 160, but why don't we use 10? Because 10 times 8 is 80. And then again, we subtract. We get 136 minus 80, and that there is 56. And then we have 56 divided by 8. And then we look at that there, and we're all, oh, I know that math fact. That's 7, because 7 times 8 is 56, and 56 minus 56 is 0. In this case, there's no remainder. We take these partial quotients here, and we add them together. That 7 is lined up nicely there, so that's 7 ones there. 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 tenths, so that 296 divided by 8 is 37. Here's our check for that. Check is still traditional check here, the way that we've checked. Get 37 times 8, 56, 6. Regroup the 5. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 5 is 29. 296, check. Remember, we have the same problem here. 296 divided by 8. Remember, we got our answer as 37. Now, if we tried it again, this time we're all, well, 296 divided by 8. Hey, look. Hey, let's start with 2, because I know that 2 times 8 is 16. And 296 minus 16, 0, 8, 2. Then we might realize that, oh, well, that was really, really small. So I'm going to go ahead and choose something bigger. let's choose a 10 there. And I know that 10 times 8 is 80. It's part of our partial quotient there. 280 minus 80 is 200. Might look at that again and be all, oh, well, I guess I can take 80 out of there again. So I'm going to go ahead and use 10 again for my quotient. 10 times 8 is 80, and 200 minus 80 is 120. Look at that. Oh, I can just use 80 again. I know that fact. 10 times 8 is 80. 120 minus 80 is 40. Oh, and then I know that 40 divided by 8 is 5, because 5 times 8 is 40, and 40 minus 40 is 0. Now, sure, this right here, this does look long. It would have been much easier if I had chosen 30. But do I still come up with that same answer? If I put all of these partial quotients together, remember I'm going to add them. 2 plus 5 is 7. 1 plus 1 is 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. And as you see, I still have that same answer of 37. 296 divided by 8 is 37. So it doesn't matter as to what it is that you choose here, as long as you use the right fact and that you subtract and do those steps properly. All right, it's time for you to try. Please go ahead and set up this problem for yourself and go ahead and try it. You try. This problem here is 378 divided by 5. And remember, go step by step by step. Hit pause. I'll come back with the answer. Here we go. Here's the answer. Your approach might look different than mine, as you might have chosen something different. I might have started out with 50, and 50 times 5 is 250. We'll still end up with the same answer, though. And the same answer to the problem, that is. Remember, there's always more than one way to solve a problem. 128 divided by 5, I might say, oh, okay, well, there's still 100 left. 20 times 5 is 100. 128 minus 100 is 28. 28 divided by 5, I might be all, well, I know that 5 is really close. 5 times 5 is 25. And 28 minus 25 is 3. So if I add those together, I've got 50, 20, and 5. That's 75. And then this 3 over here, this here is our remainder. And then so I have 75, remainder 3. Took all these partial quotients, added them together to get our quotient, and that is our remainder. We'll give you one more to try. 263 divided by 7. Please go ahead and set that up. Hit pause and try it. I'll walk you through those steps again. We've got 263 divided by 7. I might choose, I don't know, let's say 10. 10 times 7 is 70. At that point, I'm all, okay, 263 minus 70, 3. I have a regroup here. 2 becomes a 1, 6 becomes 16. 16 minus 7 is 9. I still have that 1 right there. Look at 193. I'm all, well, I guess I can take away 70 again. 10 minus 7, 10 times 7 is 70. And 193 minus 70 is, let's see, that's 3, 2, 123. I might look at that and be all, well, I guess I can do it again. 10 times 7 is 70. 123 minus 70 is 53. Well, I can't do 10 again, but I know that 53 divided by 7, that's close to my 7 fact there, because 7 times 7 is 49, and 53 minus 49 is 4, 4 being our remainder. What do I do with all these partial quotients? I add them is right. So I made sure that they were lined up nicely. I got 7 here. Hey, we have 37 again. Looks familiar from earlier in the video. That 37, though, is a remainder of 4. If I read my whole problem again, I've got 263 divided by 7 was 37 with a remainder of 4. Check your work now. Go ahead and hit pause, and you check your work. Remember, we're going to use multiplication. I'll set it up for you. We've got 37 times 7. And then remember, we'll do that there first, and then we'll go ahead and add back in the 4. Hit pause. You do. All right. We started that there for you. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 4 is 25. 259. We had to add in our remainder, and we had 263, and that is the check. That there's partial quotient division. Just another method to go ahead and divide.